How to practice speaking. On Thursday, I go to school. Again, we have a new student in our class. Her name is Monica, and she is from Italy. At the beginning of the lesson, my teacher asks her how her life is. My teacher knows Monica from 1 year ago when she attended her class. That class was for beginners and lasted only 2 weeks during the summer holiday. When Monica speaks, her English is beautiful. Her pronunciation is very good, and she is very fluent. My teacher is very happy and asks Monica, "Where did you learn English so well? You speak very fluently. What school did you go to?" Monica replies, "I didn't go to school. I learned English at home. I used the advice and techniques that you taught us last summer. I did a lot of reading, shadowing, and thinking aloud. I try to think more in English than in Italian. This is how I improved my English. The 2 weeks I spent in your class last summer helped me a lot. You showed me the way. I knew exactly how to work on my English every day. That's why I wanted to come back to your class because 1 year ago, I was a beginner, and now I can speak English. I want to learn from you again." My teacher is very happy when she hears these words. She thanks Monica for sharing her experience. It is all very interesting for me. I already know about the importance of reading. I also know the shadowing technique. But Monica mentions thinking aloud. I don't know what it is, so I ask our teacher, "What is thinking aloud?" Our teacher says, "It is a very simple and powerful technique, but you have to have strong motivation to learn English if you want to benefit from this technique. It's also good to know that for some people, this technique might feel a little crazy. However, when you start thinking aloud, your English can improve very fast." I say, I have strong motivation. I don't care if the technique is crazy. If it helps, I want to learn it. Can you teach us this technique? Okay, she says. It is actually very simple. You usually think in your native language all day, every day. It's normal. Now, you can start to think in English instead of your native language. When you start thinking in English, you can think aloud. It means you actually say aloud what you think. That's all. I ask. It sounds very simple. You said it's a powerful technique. Why is it powerful? Our teacher says, maybe you can ask Monica. She has used this technique for a year. Maybe she can tell us what she has discovered. Then our teacher asks Monica if she is willing to share her experience with thinking aloud. Monica says, when I started with this technique, it wasn't easy. I started with very simple sentences. For example, I can speak English. It is good that I can speak English. I want to be better. I need to practice every day. I don't know many words, but I can use these words well. I can express my ideas with these words. I can do this. This is great. The sentences were really simple. I realized that the sentences I thought in Italian were long and complicated. I wasn't able to say in English exactly what I was saying in Italian. I had to find a simpler form. Thinking in simple English was the hardest part. But after some time I got used to it, and it became normal for me to think in English. Then something interesting happened. I met a man from Australia who was on holiday in Italy. I was still a beginner, but we started speaking English. I could see that I was able to speak with him without big problems. My sentences were still simple and short, but because I had said them many times before when I was thinking aloud, I was able to speak. I didn't have to translate in my head from Italian to English as I had done before using this technique. After meeting the man from Australia, I started using thinking aloud even more. This technique helped me a lot. It improved my ability to express my ideas greatly. I still use it every day. It really is a powerful technique. Our teacher thanks Monica for sharing her experience with thinking aloud. I decide to use this technique because I also want to be better at speaking. When you want to speak English fluently, think aloud. After hearing Monica's experience with thinking aloud, I am more motivated than ever to try this technique. I want to speak English fluently, and if this method worked for her, I believe it will help me too. From today, I'll start practicing thinking aloud, even with the simplest sentences. It's all about taking those small steps every day, just like Monica did, and I'm sure that over time, I'll see the same improvement in my speaking skills. So, if you're watching this and you want to improve your English too, start with simple sentences. Speak them aloud, and see how much it helps you. You don't need to be perfect right away. The important thing is to keep practicing. Remember, language learning is a journey, and the more you practice, the better you'll become. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss the next part of my English learning journey here in London. And don't forget to check out the playlist where I've uploaded previous parts of my journey. Let's keep improving our English together.